Center Heist Productions. Please hit the likes and subscribes down below in the right-hand corner. I'd muchly appreciate your support. Please hit it before you leave. We're trying to grow a good, strong community here. Video is exactly what it says it is. It's a review of the Habs going to New York today. I just ended it about a half hour ago. It ended up exactly. I called it to be a 5-2 or 6-2 win for the Rangers, and it was 5-2. So pretty much exactly how I figured it would be. Pretty lopsided, and you're talking about a team that's very seasoned and well put together. Again, great work by Jeff Gordon before he left. Anyway, we're going to give you the stats, then we'll go into talk more. There's not a whole lot to talk. It's pretty straightforward the way this game went. I will say Primo had a strong showing. It doesn't show on with the scoreboard, but he did perform well. Wasn't overly happy with the, especially Matheson and Savard pairing. They were responsible for a few of those goals. A lot of running around in our own end anyway from all of our boys, including the forwards, not helping that much other than the first line usually does okay at that. And Mia and Evans. Anyway, so we're going to start it off. Scoring summary being first period, 1 goal for Montreal. Second period, the Rangers tie it up. And the third period was a disaster. The Rangers kicked it about 2 or 3 gears up. Montreal could not keep pace. And it was 1 goal to 4 for the Rangers with a 5-2 finish. So that is Shesterkin gets the win. Unfortunately, Primo gets the loss. And you couldn't put it on him. He played a strong game. First start, Breadman, 1 goal, 3 assists. Phenomenal game for Panarin. What can you say? Zabinajad, another one. He was the second star. 2 goals, assists. He had a strong game as well. Shesterkin was solid. 26 saves. 2 goals against. Scoring summary. 1930, Cole Caulfield gets a nice goal assisted by David Savard and Mike Matheson, which is a nice setup. That's one of the right things Matheson does. The sad part is he, as much as he gets those assists and setting up plays, he kills you in the defensive zone. Like I said, him and Savard were responsible for about 2 or 3 of those goals. So they just did not look sharp defensively. So second period starts. Who starts the scoring for them? Zabinajad on the power play. Bad time for a penalty for the Habs, and I believe it was Slav was in the net, in the box for that one. Cost us. 12:31, Zabinajad assisted by Panarin. Adam Fox, power play goal. Then the third period starts, 3:59. Who else but Kreider with a nice, always there in front of the net, not handled properly. Assisted by Panarin. Zabinajad, and I believe Armia was a power play goal. Had the penalty on that one. Then at 6:09, Terry Panarin, Breadman gets another goal, assisted by Lafreniere and Braden Schneider. 12:13, Alex Newhook gets a nice breakaway goal, a nice pass from Mike Matheson. Like I say, it's a good thing that Matheson has the capability offensively, because defensively, him and Savard kill us defensively. The defense again wasn't, they were okay, but not great. They allowed a lot of opportunities. We had a hard time getting it out. So then it was 16:56. Submitted. Gets another one, assisted by Betsy, and unselfishly, Panarin could have gotten another goal if he chose to, but he unselfishly passed it to Lafreniere, who got the empty net goal. And Panarin, like I said, got the assist, and Condre Miller had an assist on that. So, game stats, 28 shots for Montreal, 46 for Rangers. That's just far too many. And that just shows you we played in our own end far too much tonight. Um, just you can't play that. You can't allow a team, the best team in the league, would to be in our year end that amount of time and get you that many shots. Hits 23-23 even. Face-offs 23-32 for the Rangers. Um, Power plays 0 for 1 for the Habs. So the Rangers were fairly disciplined by the calls, and the Rangers had 2 power plays, just deadly on the power play out of 3 goals. The penalty kill suffered a bit tonight. Penalty minutes 6 for Montreal, 2 for the Rangers. Giveaways 9 for Montreal, 6 for the Rangers. Takeaways 2 for Montreal, 7 for the Rangers. Blocked shots 16-8 for the Canadians. And penalty minutes in the first period, it was 8:48. Michael Pezzetta takes a 2-minute for cross-checking. Second period, Yuri Slavkovsky at 12:21, 2 minutes for tripping. It cost us a goal. 19:31. Will Coyle, 2 minutes for tripping. Third period, Yoel Armia, 3:05 in the third period, 2 minutes for hooking. It cost us a goal. Yeah, it was pretty much, my goodness, that Rempe. What a monster. That is Sam Squatch and a half. That guy is huge. Just first time you really get to watch him for a full game. Because, I stick to following the Habs. So, we played okay. We didn't, defensively, we were horrible. We played far too much in our own end. No doubt. They had the edge on us, and then, like I said, I mean, it was more even the first period, and then the Rangers just went full tilt. We come apart at the seams again in the second period, and third period, they just Rangers having that 2 or 3 extra gears that Montreal didn't have, and we paid the price. Uh, Again, Josh Anderson comes out, throws a few hits, looks okay. And shows some energy. But for a big man like this, it's amazing the board battles he loses. He does not, after he goes to throw a hit, like when he's in the offensive zone, that's different. But when he's on the boards trying to dig out a puck, he does not seem to know how to use his frame, and he doesn't keep his stick down. Doesn't know how to dig out a puck. He cost us on one of those goals. I believe it was the third or fourth goal, and it was due to him. You couldn't blame the defenseman. I think it was Struble that was in front of the net, and you couldn't blame the defenseman. That was all on Josh losing the board battle, and it cost us. And he does that very, very frequently, and I feel bad for the guy. Um, but I honestly don't get how you don't sit this guy. For me, he'd have his exit interview after this game tonight, send him home, tell him to think about what he's going to do. Try to get him traded in some big package over the off season would be my game if I was Kent Hughes. But I would sit there in the exit interview, and I'd say, Josh, take the next 5 games off. You're hurting us more than you're doing anything. Instead of me having to sit you, start your summer now. Get your mind straight. You better come back next season, at the beginning of the season, a different player, because you will be either sitting or going to Laval. And that's how it would be for me, because he's killing this lineup so many times. And like I said, at moments he'll show some energy with a hit or two, but he's battling on the board. How a man that big loses his. Even Harvey Pinard wins more battles with his little frame. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Something's got to give there. There's no doubt. There's no confidence. That's for sure. But he definitely needs a psychologist to be working in his corner. He really does. He's definitely in a bigger rut than he thinks he is. Anyway, again, first line looked fairly good for the Habs. Were dangerous. Slav played. All 3 of them played well. Yeah, solid game. Always dangerous. Slav, Suzuki, and Caulfield. And like I say, what a shame that, I prefer Mike Matheson any day of the week. We did win that trade, getting rid of Petrie, because I'd take Matheson any day of the week over Petrie. However, I mean, yes, he's a major plus offensively, but boy, does he hurt you defensively. Uh, and again, Barron got beat as well in this game. He always rears up where you see him just sort of cough it up. Uh, but you know what? Like I said, I think it wasn't superb. They might have looked slightly better for a minute defensively, but at the same token, it still came apart. And what I found was tonight was different than last night in the sense that the defense was extra horrible last night. We weren't good tonight defensively, and what I mean by that is our forwards. We were spending the majority of the time in our own end, and that's not a recipe for a victory for the Habs. Joel Armia by far was the best Canadian out there tonight, though. He played a strong game, was always dangerous. Um, Evans was solid. Um, Pearson was solid. And of course, I liked the effort out of Gallagher for the first half of the game. And you get more effort out of Gallagher than you will Anderson. Anderson is just, I don't get it. And he seemed, like I said, not to pick on him, seems like a nice guy. He's just, unfortunately, I think he needs a fresh start elsewhere. It's just not panning out. He hurts these lineups badly. And Pinard, it's time, hopefully at the end of the season, the Habs figure either you put him in a package, maybe he can be insulated on another team, or because to me, I see Charles Houdon, a rerun. He's definitely to me an AHL player. He is no Brendan Gallagher. Uh, and Galley, at least with Galley being banged up, older and all the hits, he still gives you heart. And he's pretty solid. He's always in the middle of everything. So it was a good performance, very deceiving for Primo. The score does not really show. I mean, 46 shots. Come on, that's just far too many shots from a top team in the league, and you can't do that defensively. And we just got to learn how to clear pucks out. I'm so tired of this back and forth when you're not good at getting the puck support from your teammates, and you're this poor in your end. Get the puck out so you're not in trouble. I don't know why this is such a problem for the Habs, and it's been a problem for a good 10 years, um, easily. And I just don't comprehend it. It's not that hard of an assignment, but they make it look very hard. Anyway, good for us for the tank situation. Now we're finally sliding. We're Ottawa 1-2. I was quite tickled pink. But, like I said, the one good thing is I'll give credit. Montreal doesn't go away. And that goal by Newhook on the breakaway from that pass they gave him the breakaway from Matheson. Beautiful pass, hard one. And what a pinpoint shot that was. And nice to see Caulfield get the first one. I just like seeing that. I think that's 4 games straight now. I'm happy for him. So that line's usually effective. I just, other than Joel Armia and Newhook seemed to be all. I wish Wall was there because the three of them looked really well together. But Armia's playing exceptional. What more can you say? He was by far the best Canadian. Um, we are definitely missing Caden Gooley and Arbor Jacki, the presence and what Caden does out there. It's definitely missed. No ifs and buts. There's definitely too much, and a lot of liberties taken as well. You need a little more presence shown, but hopefully we take advantage of. And I'd like to see us, because I'm gonna grade this team at the end of the season for you guys of who was positive, who wasn't, and what's going to happen with our AHL. Because I'll tell you right now, there's not much on the forward group that we can expect for the future. Uh, we got 2 guys that may go to Laval next year, and that being Owen Beck and Machar. I don't think they'll be quite ready for the NHL. I think they need a season in Laval. And other than those two, there's only Heineman. And after that, there's nobody fit to come to Montreal. They're all too small, and they're more like AHL. Uh, they could succeed spread out, one different places in the NHL, maybe the odd few of them. But Montreal should keep it, in my opinion, no more than three small guys in that forward group, and everybody else should have size. You got to beef up, and it's evident we got to beef up our forwards. It's where it's lacking, and like I said, it's time for Josh Anderson to become accountable, and for what he's doing out there. Again, he just doesn't make his present. Even Pizzetta just throws a more and doesn't have the skill set and gives you more effort wise to try to spark the team. Josh is there's no reason for a guy 6'3" to that big, and we know he can do things, and he just doesn't look like the player he was. But I mean, he was always kind of a selfish player when you looked at the way he scores. Um, However, he just brings down whatever line he's on. And it's sad because he does seem like a nice guy, but he's hurting this team more than he's helping it. So if they want to take the next step next year, they got to get realistic and start making people accountable equally. And enough's enough. And like I say, send them to Laval. Worst case, if you can't get them traded out of there, send them to Laval. Maybe, and I would demand them to go see a sports psychologist. But anyway, that being said, it wasn't a bad game. It was half interesting for a little bit there. Like I said, the second period was a disaster. In the third period, they cranked it up 2 or 3 levels. We weren't even in it anymore. They were just that much better. They were all over us. You can see why they were number one in the league. So we Tuesday have the Flyers. That'll be interesting. We'll do a review Tuesday night after the Flyers game, and I hope we just keep losing the rest of it. I think we're down to 5 games left. Let's hope so. I'm looking forward to the season to an end because I want to see what we're going to do. I expect that big, the usual draft trades to get somebody the way we have done in the last 2 seasons, in both seasons, with Kirby Doc the first year, Newhook. However, I hope we're smarter than, as much as I like Newhook, he's a third liner. We paid too high of a cost, so I hope we're a little wiser at what we give up. But I would like to see us get somebody who's a first liner, at least, and it's got, age in his favor. So with that being said, thank you for joining me. Where's the puck drop first? Here at Center Heist. You heard it. We will catch you in the Flyers game. The season's coming close to an end, and we're going to, like I say, we're going to give you a breakdown of what's going on. How evaluate the players, and there's going to have to be some moves made, no doubt in my mind. And they're going to probably have to unload a couple of defensemen through the off season. I'm expecting it anyway. And they're all good, talented defensemen, that these youngsters that can help another squad. If we just got to make sure we make the right decisions. So thank you for joining me. We will catch you in the next episode. And like I said, it went exactly to the way I called it that it would go. Flyers, hey, we beat them last time, so that could be a little more interesting because they don't seem to be playing well. And I think they're actually going to be out of the playoffs. I think they played over their head this year anyway, in my opinion. So thank you for joining me. We will catch you in the next one. God bless.